Good afternoon and welcome to this week's Climate Dispatch. Johanna Miller, Vermont Natural Resources Council, joined by my colleague Dan Fingus,
Hey,
Vermont
everybody.
Conservation Voters. And we are really grateful to have the time this afternoon of Senator Andy Perchlik, my senator from Washington County.
And Dan's senator.
And Dan's senator. Many people's senator is a great senator. Senator Perchlik is chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. First term in that really important role. As you can imagine, these are challenging financial times with the shift at the federal level and really important investments and decisions being made in this moment. And we're lucky to have Senator Perchlik today. The Senate just voted on third reading to advance the budget, which is a big deal. Lots of really important investments in that, lots of hard work. One really important investment that I know many of you have been following and have helped make possible, actually the senator and his colleagues made it possible, was a $700,000 investment to support some of the implementation work of the Climate Superfund. But really importantly, before I turn it over to Senator Perchlik, he and his Democratic colleagues stopped in its tracks some attempted amendments today to roll back on really critical climate progress. So we're really grateful for that kind of leadership. And just wanted to hear from you, Senator, how you're feeling about your first big budget and what priorities you've been prioritizing related to clean energy and climate, and anything you want to share about today's vote.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great budget. We worked hard. We did work with the Republicans. We worked with the governor. We, worked with the House budget that they came over, and we tried to be fair and create a budget that's great for Vermonters and puts us on solid financial footing for the future. But, with my interest in climate change and other members of our caucus, we worked hard to try to make sure we were investing in climate solutions in the bill. Wasn't to the level that we've done in past years. We felt like we were a little more playing defense, and today was a good example where we had two amendments that would have rolled back 10 years worth of climate work that we've done in the state. So I was glad that we were able to stop those in their tracks. We were able to put the $700,000 so we could continue the work of the Superfund bill that we passed last year, right? And that's critical that we get that work done so that we can pursue getting that money from the fossil fuel companies, because definitely they're culpable for the damage they've done to Vermonters. So we want to make sure we have a good case. We have good support from the Attorney General Clark, and even though the administration was not supportive, I think the folks on the ground at A&R are eager to do this work, and definitely Treasurer Perchlik is being really supportive of advocating for this funding and for the work. So we feel great that's going to be going forward. It wasn't in the House bill, so we still need help from Vermonters to make sure that the House in conference committee will agree to that money in the Treasurer's budget.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Senator. We really appreciate your leadership in the budget process this year. Look in the future for maybe some calls to action around the conference committee and the budget and the Superfund bill. But today's call to action is really all about thanking the senators for standing up on the floor today and making sure that these really destructive amendments didn't happen. Senator Scott Beck, the minority leader, Republican from St. Johnsbury, really led the charge on this, and terrible legislation, but thankfully leaders like Senator Perchlik stopped it. So please call your senators today. If they voted against these amendments, thank them. And if they were trying to push these amendments, let them know how you feel about that too. Thanks and have a great day.